All right, what's up, crew? This is Z from Code One Maintenance, and playing with the little colors here. You know, doing this is I like. I hope this can help other people kind of start their journey on kind of doing the self brand, or at least let's see. Things are gonna happen. You're gonna make mistakes. You're going to mess up with your mics. You're going to not get everything correct. Everything's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. So, like, for example, I noticed that there was comments yesterday and I didn't have no clue where they were at. So now I know how to switch back and forth with what platform I'm at, because I'm on a handful of platforms right now. And I noticed that, it says that we're going to go on this platform, but I have no clue. So I'm going to have to double check in. Let's see, am I on it right now? No, it doesn't look like I'm on live on Instagram. And let's see, cannot post comments to Instagram or LinkedIn. That's interesting. All right. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Am I finally going live on Instagram? Maybe. Let's see. It's okay. It's Thursday night. Here chilling. See, there's these screens here that I don't know where it comes from, but it's pretty interesting. What's up, guys? I'm learning this live stuff, and it's kind of hard to see when you're testing things. It's kind of hard to see because I was doing it the last couple of evenings and not sure. I mean, I guess I have to see people if it's even working sometimes. But that's okay. We're here to make sure that, nobody knows me. Nobody knows what's going on. So, what I can do is go between, like, YouTube comments. Okay, cool. So the next thing I'm going to do here is, there's like little graphics that go down here, and it says that there's links you want to go on there, you can tap it. So that's what I'm learning to do. I got the little switchboard here to do that, and I want to learn how to do that. So, and then I can read comments as we go. So I'm working on that part. Like, you don't need to have everything ready to go perfect, right? Because you're going to be learning as you go. Especially as you start off, you're not going to get a lot of people following you at the moment, unless you already start off with a big platform and you jump into the next things. But if you're that big, you probably already know how to navigate through this. Like, this stuff is new. This whole setup's new. And I was live before, but it's been a while. It's been a year. So what I want to do is get back on it and provide this value to other service members transitioning, or veterans transitioning too. So let's see. A big thing that I want to talk about today is there's this Japanese term. It's called Kaizen. And it's a certain mindset. I've always had this. And I don't want to make it seem like it's talking about me, but I do, it's something that I've, especially things that I'm into, and you're always trying to get better at it. People start recognizing you, and there's been unmotivated seasons in the military where I wasn't motivated, and you kind of lose the respect, and I ain't like that. And there's been, and then I get back on the saddle and I'm freaking hard charging, and I'm trying to just, work on my vocabulary, working on my communications, working on my posture, my confidence. And because I was very shy in the beginning. So once now I'm still kind of, I wouldn't say I'm shy, but I'm an introvert. And to me, it's pretty exhausting to be around social events. So if you see me out there chatting it up with you, like I'm comfortable, but at the same time, it's it's a lot of energy for me, right? Because I want to be present. I want to make sure that you get all of me, where any questions you have or any concerns or anything that you want me to help you out in, that I can serve you to the best of my capabilities. And but it is somewhat something that I'm learning to and the reason is I'm trying to like say this without really hurting anybody's feelings, or you feeling that you're a burden, but you're not. I enjoy this, and it's not that it's a burden or I feel uncomfortable about it. It's if it's one-on-one, that's great. Like, but networking events, man, it can be kind of overwhelming. I haven't learned that skill yet, to network efficiently. It's just a skill I haven't learned. Let's put it that way. But I go there for you. I go to these events for you, so to help you out and to speak or to work with you is, it's a pleasure of mine to help. So, and it's hard for me to kind of word it correctly, because, well, one, I'm going off cuff. Everything's going off the cuff at the moment, and like I have an idea, a topic that I want to discuss. So I'm getting better at it. I don't want to have a bunch of scripted notes and things like that. I want to kind of make it raw in a way, and then I'll learn to be more efficient. I wanted to start doing this more efficiently and be consistent with it, and I feel like I am. I feel like this is going to be something I'll be doing every day, and I'm enjoying it. So sometimes I come in here, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Like, I have an idea I have topics I want to talk about, but mostly like, okay, what topic I want to talk about? And I should be writing this off, but this one's kind of off the cuff. This one's I thought about today. I was working out, and I posted this on LinkedIn and on my Facebook. And sometimes we can be our worst critic, and sometimes we give yourself so much shit. But a lot of us have gone pretty far, overcame a lot. Some of us have, went to deployment, and, we're not like the Marines sitting behind wire, but for some of us are not. Some of you are, out there getting, not in the great positions, but it doesn't mean for the people who are at Bagram, haven't experienced danger and things like that, or any kind of like fire or bombing and stuff like that, or mortars. Definitely have been through it, and it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. And So I don't want to take away for those guys that were, supposedly at, basis where it's cushy, but there's some seasons that it's not so cushy. And so I don't want to take that away because it's not cush at all, and it's not cool, But but today I wanted to discuss more about having this mindset of just getting better. You don't want to be becoming the same person that you were last year, right? You want to keep improving. Yeah, you want to be, even if you just want to be a mechanic, you don't want to be in leadership, and that's fine. But we're trying to become a better mechanic, right? You want to fit in well. And where I was going about with the workout this morning was, you can see I posted on LinkedIn where you can see where like the majority of the people had a lot of wear from the pin, trying to find it and then stick it in. Reminds me of other things that you have to do with your little pin. but when it comes to this, when it comes to the workout itself, right? You're putting this pin in certain plates, and it just reminded me that I might give myself a lot of shit, but a lot of times my business and myself, we've gone to places that a lot of humans haven't, and it wasn't like I was just born with it. It took me I would say like 5 years to be, because my goal when I started working out, I was 167 when I started working out, and get to 200, not, in a bad 200 pounds. That probably took me, 2007 to 12, I would say 5 years. And I came through some things that I came across that I just felt like I was doing the wrong things. And it was so hard. But it wasn't until I stepped back and stepped back in that I noticed that that was my huge gains, right? I'll be off for a month and then I come back even stronger and get into the shape that I get into. Yeah, that 30 days sucked. And, I get into moments as a business owner where you're doing the same things, going charging, and kind of step back a little bit, reassess, and then you get back into it. You find, so sometimes what I'm saying there is, it's okay to pivot, take a step back, look at the biz, and, keep going. And sometimes you have to be grateful for where you're at. Maybe you're not a finished product. I saw this one quote by Dan Quinn. He used to be the Cowboys defensive coordinator, and now he's a head coach for the Washington Commanders. And he said something that was pretty awesome. This is his first year coach. He goes, we found our identity, but we haven't found our ceiling. And I'm just like, whoa, that's a great quote. That's really motivating, because you can keep hitting that ceiling and then keep going further and further and further. And people do start to see you kind of differently, especially in leadership. When you're like very mature, they see that you're putting the effort, people reach out to you. People reach out to you. People see that you're trying to do great things, and you want to attract that, because when you attract that, people start, being around you a little more. More of the people with the same mindset be around you more, which is good. And leadership will start seeing you in a different light, because that's been my experience. And once they see you in the right light, and they see that you put in the effort, they're going to, put your name into certain groups where it's in a good way, where, hey, this guy should be airman below the zone. This guy should be step promoted. This guy should be, taking this job over. Oh, it's only a master position. Let's give them a try. And those things start opening up when they see you trying to improve, right? You're gonna start seeing the improvements from yourself, and you're gonna feel great because things around you are starting to change. And when things around you start to change, you're starting getting that swag, like, yeah, I'm a badass, and that's okay. It's okay to say that, you know. Just don't, keep saying it all the time. It's time to get to work, right? So it's good. It's good. And you just keep going. Be, humble, grateful. Super important to be grateful, appreciative of where those guys are getting you at. Yeah, you put in the work, but you also need other people to help you, putting you in certain positions. But you open that door with those things. If you're the opposite, you're going to have a hard time, because it's going to be hard either way, right? If you don't do anything, barely, meeting the minimums, you're going to have a hard life. You are. It's just kind of different type of hard. It's easy for a little bit but in the military, same thing on the outside. When you're out in the airplanes and stuff, you can't do everything to the bare minimum. You got to confirm. You have to reconfirm, maybe triple confirm. You have to do those things. So, and you're gonna learn your lessons when you take a shortcut, or you didn't look at something that you're supposed to. Even if it just keeps you up at night, it's like, did I do this or that? No, I don't think I did. So make sure you don't want to be waking up, at night thinking, it's like, damn, did I put that up? And then you have to wait the next day to find out if you did it right or not. It happens to us, right? It happens to us sometimes that the certain things keep you up at night. And what I want to talk about is that it's important to always improve, because you don't want to be replaceable. Because if you become replaceable, then you're not adding no value, and that's something that you gotta decide what happened there. Because if people are, if more than one person is like, oh, you're not worth it, and we're not going to promote you, or you don't deserve this position. They're not going to say that outright. They're just not going to, maybe not even call you. They're not going to even message you. And how do you change that? Because before you step in a room in somebody's office where you want to get promoted, instead of saying you demanded a promotion, or, you should be already positioned for that conversation. I was like, hey, we're going to take care of you, or we're going to do this. I think a lot of it, 99% of it is going to happen before you even walk into the office. And you have to fix yourself. So, fix yourself. That's what I'm saying. I know this is kind of like all over the place, but however, if you're trying to get to places where a lot of people haven't been, it's gonna be lonely. There's not gonna be a lot of people that have done it. Like say a chief position is only a handful percentage of people have done it, right? So be mindful and let yourself give permission of like, hey, it's not gonna be always the same thing, and you're going to be okay with that. So there's gonna be certain people you want to talk to, you want to get to learn from. And those people you left talking to, that's going to take a while, right? Because you're going to be so busy. And that's okay. It's part of it, So embrace it. Embrace, being in, having your, what is it, solitude? Embrace it. Because once you start blowing up and people to be all over the place, you're going to have a hard time. I don't know how much about that, but it can definitely go to your leg, to your head, and mess up your psyche. Your whole perception is off. So what you want to do is you want to Just be grateful. Like Jocko Willink says, hey, you won the lottery. Good. It's just keep going. Don't get too overexcited about things, because one, you still got to fulfill it. And if you don't fulfill it correctly, you can lose that sale. So either way, you have to learn to be appreciative, to be grateful, and just continue to get better. Your life's going to get harder if you just learn to just do the basics and do the bare minimum. History would not like you at all. So your reputation is on the line. Your reputation is on the line. If people know you, even if it's a joke or perspective, people are gonna have that perspective of you. It's like, oh, this guy was a piece of shit. Even if maybe you weren't, it's a perception. So you got to be careful with that. So Kaizen, there's a great book called Toyota's Way. That's a really great book, and it teaches us a lot on leadership and how to manage stuff. Highly recommend it. But that's it. That's all I have. Everybody, thank you for showing up, and have a good night.